Ooh, it's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV back at y'all with another one. Let's get it, man. So the face of boxing, Devin the Dream Haney, has officially confirmed on Twitter, which is known as X now, that Ryan Garcia has agreed to a deal for a rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Now, the only thing that Ryan Garcia had to pretty much agree to is to get drug tested 365 days out of the year, to get drug tested by a company named VADA. And Ryan Garcia basically told Devin Haney that he'll agree to the deal as long as he drops the lawsuit that he filed against Ryan Garcia. So after, the loss on Devin Haney's record was overturned, Devin Haney took it upon himself to file a lawsuit against Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya for Ryan cheating against him in the fight. And he basically is coming after some money from Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya all together. You understand what I'm saying? So Devin Haney basically told Ryan Garcia, look, if you take this deal where you get tested by VADA, I'll drop the lawsuit. And Ryan Garcia has officially agreed to the deal, so the fight is on. Now, the fight obviously has to happen after Ryan Garcia gets off of suspension. So there's a possibility that we're not going to see this fight until May, right? Or maybe later than that, I'm not sure. But, Ryan has to get off of suspension. I believe Ryan gets off suspension in April. So I don't know if it's going to happen a month after Ryan Garcia gets off suspension. Obviously, Ryan would pretty much just start training before he officially gets off the suspension. So from the rumors that I heard, the fight is 100% agreed to. It's just the date that they're saying right now is May. Let me know in the comment section what y'all are hearing. But I'm going to be honest with y'all, right? Now, me being a Devin Haney fan, right? Devin Haney is my favorite boxer right now. I got to be honest with y'all, right? This can't be Devin Haney's first fight back, right? Devin Haney has to have a fight before he has the rematch with Ryan Garcia. And not only that, he can't fight against somebody that is not a real competition for Devin Haney. Like, for example, before Devin Haney met up with Turki Al-Sheikh, right? We were hearing that Devin Haney was going to do a deal with Black Prime where he was going to fight either Adrian Broner, Tevin Farmer, or Blair the Flair Cobbs, right? Blair Cobbs is the guy that just beat Adrian Broner, right? Now, with all due respect, all three of those guys, in my opinion, is not a real competition for Devin Haney, right? Adrian Broner, he's washed, right? Let's just call it what it is. He's lost like his last, 5, 6, 7 fights. Adrian Broner, he's an alcoholic. He's not even active in boxing anymore. The guy fights like once every 3-4 years, right? He's a shell of himself when he was in his prime, right? Let's be honest. Ever since he lost to Maidana, he never was the same, okay? Now, Tevin Farmer, he just had a close fight, right? But Tevin Farmer is also on a losing streak. I believe Tevin Farmer won his last fight and he was robbed, right? Which is obviously a part of boxing, right? Boxers get robbed all the time. But Tevin Farmer is on a losing streak right now. So that's not a good option. Now, Blair Cobbs, right? Blair Cobbs, in my opinion, he's like a mid-level boxer in my opinion. He looked really good against Adrian Broner, but I believe that he only looked that good because it was against Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely don't think that Blair Cobbs is one of the top boxers at 140 or whatever weight class. I believe he fights at 140. Whatever the fuck weight class Blair Cobbs is at, he not no real competition for Devin Haney either, right? So Devin Haney, him fighting at 140 pounds, right? But he's saying that he wants his next fight to be at a catch weight. Devin Haney, he has to get in there with somebody that's going to give him a real challenge, man. And I'm just sitting here pondering on who could that be. I really do wish that Devin Haney's next fight could be Teofimo Lopez before Ryan Garcia, because in my opinion, Teofimo Lopez has worse defense than Ryan Garcia. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Teofimo Lopez gets hit a lot. And I think that Devin Haney could have a lot of success against Teofimo Lopez, and I could see Devin Haney outboxing Teofimo Lopez. But at the same time, this is the same Teofimo Lopez that beat Lomachenko better than Haney beat Lomachenko, right? And this is the same Teofimo Lopez that beat Josh Taylor, right? So even though Teofimo Lopez didn't look good against Steve Claggett, right? Even though he lost to George Kambosos, even though, he had another fight that people felt like he lost. Let me just look it up real quick. Bear with me. Teofimo Lopez. Let me just look up his record real quick, y'all, because I want to give y'all some accurate information. Okay, Jermaine Ortiz. A lot of people didn't like how Teofimo looked against Jermaine Ortiz. Teofimo Lopez himself claims that Jermaine Ortiz was running a lot, and that's why, the fans didn't really like the fight. But I think Teo did decent in that fight against Ortiz, but I do think that he lost that fight against Sandor Martin, right? Now, that fight, Teo only won by a split decision, which means it was a very close fight. You understand what I'm saying? Teo, in my opinion, didn't look good against Sandor Martin, and I think he lost against Sandor Martin, right? So, with that being said, I think Haney, because Teofimo Lopez was there as well. He met with Turki Al-Sheikh. I think Haney should do everything in his power to get a fight done with Teo first before he gets in there with, Ryan Garcia. Because let's be honest, right? We know Ryan Garcia was on steroids, right? We know he was on PEDs, right? But we have to hold Devin Haney accountable. Him and his father and his trainer, they had a terrible game plan for Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney went in there. He met Ryan Garcia in the middle of the ring, and he had every intention to just have a slugfest with Ryan Garcia. We all know that Devin Haney is not a power puncher, and Devin Haney is not a knockout artist. So why the hell would you go in there with Ryan Garcia, who is a knockout artist, right? A majority of his fights, he wins by KO the same way every time with the left hook. And you go in there, and this is why I'm disappointed, right? Because Devin Haney is one of the most skilled boxers in the world, right? You look at his fight against, what's the light-skinned nigga with the braids, man? Fuck, I can't remember names right now. The guy, Regis Prograis, there we go. You look at Devin Haney's first fight at 140 against Regis Prograis, who's a former champ at 140, right? Regis Prograis had a very close fight with Josh Taylor. That was a masterclass performance by Devin Haney. Devin Haney barely even got, he didn't lose any rounds, and he barely even got hit against Regis Prograis. Masterclass performance. That's Devin Haney's natural, that's his style, right? Like, Devin Haney is a Floyd Mayweather type fighter, which means he's defense first. Devin Haney has one of the best jabs in boxing. And his thing is, he's going to outbox you, right? When he's fighting his style. When you look at his two fights against George Kambosos, he beat the shit out of George Kambosos the first time in Australia. You guys don't understand, like, for a fighter to go to a different country that he's not from, against the champ who beat Teofimo Lopez, even dropped Teofimo Lopez. Beat his ass the first time, then got a rematch, right? There's a rematch clause. Did the rematch in Australia again, and beat his ass even worse. Won every single round in the second fight. Won rounds 1 through 12 in the second fight. Masterclass performance. That's how Devin Haney has to fight against Ryan Garcia. You understand what I'm saying? His dad, Bill, and shout out to Bill Haney. I think Bill Haney is a great father. I think he's one of the best managers in boxing. He's extremely entertaining. And I think that's why Devin Haney is the face of boxing, because Bill Haney makes you talk about Devin. It's not Devin Haney. People don't talk about Devin Haney because Devin Haney. They talk about Devin Haney because his dad, right? His dad is always, saying great things about his son. He's talking shit to the other fighters. He's extremely entertaining, right? Shout out to Bill. But Bill, you told Devin Haney to go in there and turn Ryan Garcia's TV off, and you told your son to go in there and just have a slugfest with a guy that really got power, bruh. You understand what I'm saying? Say what you want about Ryan Garcia, right? say he's an alcoholic. You can say that he has mental issues, right? We've seen Ryan Garcia pull out of fights. We've seen Ryan Garcia quit, right? We've seen him take a knee against Gervonta Davis. And that's why I believe that Ryan Garcia took the steroids against Devin, because he knew in his mind that if he didn't win this fight, like, the boxing fans were going to be done with him. Because when he took that knee against Tank, he got clowned for that. A lot of people forget that, bro. Everybody was clowning Ryan Garcia when he quit against Gervonta Davis, right? And before the fight that Ryan Garcia had against Gervonta Davis, he was known for having mental health issues. He pulled out of multiple fights due to mental health issues. So, you know, a lot of people don't remember this, but when Ryan fought Dev, Ryan Garcia was in the locker room crying. He was crying before he walked out to go fight Devin Haney, because his emotions were out of control. So that's why I think that he took the steroids, because in his mind, he just wanted to do everything in his power to win that fight, and that's exactly what he did. And when you look at how the casual and even some hardcore boxing fans, how they view Ryan, they don't care that Ryan was on Ostarine, which is a performance enhancement. They don't care. They just love the fact that he dropped Devin Haney 4 or 5 times and beat him, right? If the referee didn't keep helping Dev up, he probably would have just knocked him out, right? Let's just call it what it is. So with that being said, man, I think if Devin Haney just goes, like, I think if Devin Haney's next fight is just going to be the Ryan rematch, and he's just going to train until Ryan gets off suspension and the fight happens in, you know, May or June or whatever the case is, that's a red flag, man. I would even go as far as to say that Devin would lose that fight, because Devin has to get his confidence back, right? After you take a beating like that, you have to get your confidence. You got to get your confidence back, right? Dev has to go in there with a dog. I would even like to see Dev get in there with a guy like Subriel Matias. Matias don't got a fight right now, y'all, right? Remember I made the video about Teo, and I'm going to make a video about this, but remember I said that Teo and Matias fight was done? That was cap, right? Apparently Teo was having some issues with Top Rank, and that fight never got agreed to. So I would like to see Dev get in there with Subriel Matias, who's a knockout artist, who caught a body in the ring, turned somebody's TV off. You know what I'm saying? Dev, you gotta have a fight with a fighter that is dangerous, bruh. You gotta go in there with a power puncher. You know, even if he gets in there with Pitbull Cruz, I'm cool with that. You know, get in there with Isaac Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think about this video. Are you excited for the rematch? The face of boxing is back. I know the Devin Haney haters going to be in the comment section. I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you click that thumbs up button. Leave all the hateful Haney comments that you want. You know what I'm saying? That's why Haney is the face of boxing, because y'all keep talking about him. Y'all see, what y'all got to understand is hate and love is brother and sister, right? If you constantly hating on somebody, you really love them. You just don't realize it yet. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out. Let's get it.